Hey y'all, welcome back to Too Much with
Shay.
and Becca. Hey y'all.
Hi, guys. We are super excited. This video or this episode is kind of out of the ordinary. You guys are used to us, coming in and doing our little shebang hourly episode. But this week we have an exciting episode coming out. And so we wanted to ensure that we talked about our favorite trending topics of the week because the video that we have coming up is on all things dating and relationships. So if you haven't watched that, depending on when you're watching this video, go to our channel and check out all the videos because we definitely have exciting things in store. But you guys know we love to talk about our favorite trending topics.
Yes. So like as Shayla mentioned, we're gonna keep it short and sweet and to the point. So we're not gonna give a weekly rundown, none of that. We just gonna get straight into the topics. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing that I saw that I really wanted to talk about was we as a society keep introducing these different things, and like because of clever marketing, it's going to be a conversation starter. So like yesterday when Shayla and I were on the phone, I was like, girl, why are they coming out with a ketchup flavored smoothie? And Shayla's like, what are you talking about? Right. But it's like, if I just stopped there and did no research, I would just think that they really just tossing ketchup into something and saying, here you go. Right. But clever marketing, unlike American Eagle. But that was last week's episode. So the first thing is, like I mentioned, ketchup flavored smoothie, right? So Heinz announced on Wednesday, August 6th, that is teaming up with Smoothie King to introduce a new product, tomato ketchup smoothie. Heinz says the drink blends real fruits with Heinz Simply Tomato ketchup to create a delicious and refreshing summer sip. So here are some of the ingredients, okay? So we have acai sorbet, crisp apple juice, juicy strawberries, and tart raspberries with Heinz Simple ketchup. Right. So the food company says that the final result is sweet and fruity with a bright, tangy ketchup finish. Right. Now, when I heard this, I'm like, personally, me, if you hand me a smoothie and I taste any hint of ketchup, and I'm just coming from a girl who loved ketchup. Shayla, tell you on the cruise, Shayla was like, dag. I was drowning the plate in ketchup because if something don't taste good, salt and pepper ain't gonna fix it. You need a little bit of ketchup. Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you though. If I taste any hint of a ketchup out of this smoothie, y'all might have to catch me in prison. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. No, absolutely not. But we don't stop right there. So, Odd Fellows, right? Now we're going to talk about breast milk ice cream. Yeah, you didn't hear me making no mistakes. I said what I said. Okay. So, Odd Fellows Ice Cream Company and Frida, I think it's Frida.
Yeah, it's Frida.
Frida, a baby product company, teamed up to make breast milk inspired ice cream in celebration of Frida's new 2-in-1 manual breast pump. Frida's breast milk ice cream doesn't actually have any breast milk in it. It has a sweet and salty flavor, according to the company, and it is made with the standard ice cream ingredients and one standout ingredient. Now, y'all, if I butcher this, remember my Caribbean tongue be coming in the way. It's liposomal. I don't know, y'all. Bovine colostrum.
Girl, just say colostrum. That's really what matters.
Colostrum. Oh, you knew the word, so you was letting me struggle for no reason.
No, you said two other words before the third
Well,
word.
that's what the whole word is, right? So whatever. It's basically found in breast milk. It is high in nutrients and has antibodies. The ice cream flavors will be available for a limited time at Oddfellows New York ice cream shop in Dumbo until August 10th. Now, when I first told this to Shayla was like, "Nah, you gonna have to read that to me. Like, you gonna have to tell me everything." Because like we was
I
like,
was just like, I'm sorry. There had to be a background story. You just don't launch a breast milk ice cream. So I asked, she was like, oh no, they're just doing it to do it. No, the whole reason is they have an attachment to a company that, their whole thing is baby products. I know about Frida because they're also very well known for like their little burger thing for kids. So it's like that's their whole brand. Their whole brand is baby products and, also products that help mothers when they're with like the newborn stage with their kids. So there was definitely something to it. It wasn't just a random ice cream store in New York that decided to launch a breast milk inspired ice cream.
Yes. So thanks to Shayla. She pushes me to look more into things, right? So like when I first found this out, like, and I just because headlines are one thing and reading is another, right? So it's very quick to listen to these things and be like, what are you saying? Like what? Because I jumped to the conclusion, like when I heard breast milk ice cream, I said, whose breast milk is that? Right. But then as you read more, I get the idea, I get the marketing, and I get the way that they're trying to go about it. And it's kind of smart. Now, this Smoothie King, me and you still gonna have issues. I'm gonna try it because I'm interested. Y'all piqued my interest, but if I taste ketchup, I might crash out. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
And it's okay if you crash out because they still have your money, which is the whole point of the marketing. And so I think that is smart. I feel like, especially as consumers, we are inundated with things, you know what I mean? Like every time people are new items, new this, new that. I am
Okay,
very
inundated. Okay.
um, I am very much a low maintenance type of person. Like if I don't need something, I'm not buying it. Point blank, period. Like if I don't need it, I'm not buying it. But there's people on the other side that are just waiting for something new to launch to just throw their money out. And I'm just like, period, do you. So shout out to Haynes and shout out to the ice cream store that's working with Frida, because the marketing will work. Honestly, people will do it just to like for the gag of it all. Like, oh, I'm here eating breast milk ice cream and I'm here drinking the ketchup smoothie. And I'm sure the mustard smoothie is on the way.
I was just saying that at work yesterday. I was like, what's next? Like mustard flavored gum? Like imagine. Like I just think you're right. And as someone who loves like good marketing, they definitely piqued my interest, and Smoothie King definitely gonna get a customer out of me. Okay. Now for this breast milk inspired ice cream, I get it, but personally, me as a lactose intolerant girl, I need them to divvy more into the lactose free ice cream, and I need it to taste similar to real ice cream because when I eat lactose ice cream, I can tell something is missing. But that's just me.
Well, yeah, the ice cream has dairy in it. Like it's not lactose free.
Oh, I know.
Oh, okay. So on to the next thing that I woke up to, but I didn't actually wake up to. I guess my phone just automatically updated, or the platform updated naturally. So let's talk Instagram. You probably already know what I am about to say, child. So I just, you can't make this stuff up, okay? Instagram just rolled out a new map feature that lets you share your location with friends through DMs. Nobody asked for that, but okay. It's not tracking your location 24/7, but it does update on the app when you open it, right? You don't even got to post. If you open the Instagram app, the map feature will update to wherever location you are at that moment. You'll be able to see where your friends have been, explore trending spots, and view public posts tied to those locations. It's all opt-in, right? So make sure that if you're not interested in this maps feature, that you go on your Instagram and you opt out of it, because if not, people everywhere are going to know where you are at. Okay. And obviously, after this new feature was unveiled, people are raising red flags about privacy, because listen, we already see how these mass shootings be happening left, right, middle, center, right? Number two, we already know that there's a problem in America in terms of like people want to fight for everything. People are, the anger issues beyond 10. People be weird and stalkers. So why, as a company, would you think that that is okay? Like we already know that, yes, I know Instagram knows my location. I know everybody knows my location, right? Like if the government really wanted to know where I'm at, they could instantly find my information. But for it to be so public, it just gives weird. And yes, I understand that you can opt out, but unless you're like young and hip and in the know, you're not going to be searching out, oh, well, I have to opt out to this, because it's like, first of all, I didn't even know that this was about to roll out until I went into my DMs and I just saw a globe and I said, girl, what is this? And if you know anything about me, I have nothing to hide, but I don't need people to know every single movement that I do, because for what? I just think that this is not going to last long, because it's a clear safety hazard, point blank, period.
I think like when I saw it, because I remember I already had saw like people saying that this was gonna happen, but I didn't think it was gonna like I thought like after they say, oh, this is something they're considering, it really wasn't gonna happen because I just saw so many red flags to happen when it came to it, right? So like for me, I completely 1,000% like agree with what you're saying, especially because as someone who has certain people who like especially like some of these men, they don't know how to let people go. Like they like to be in my DMs day after day after day after day after day. Like, when can I link up with you? When can I, where you at? Like, let me find you. Da-da-da-da. Girl, the moment I saw that, oh, I said opt out. No, thank you. Right. Cause like the thing is, like to your point, like when I went to my DMs, I didn't know this was like actually happening. And like I saw something had popped up, but by the time like I went to touch it, it had went away. So then when I see this globe, I'm like, what is this? And so then once like I click into it, it gives you the option to like opt in or opt out. I said, absolutely not. No, thank you. But then I saw some people that I do know. I don't think that they know that this is happening, but I see them all over the map. I'm like, yo, what is going on here? Right. And like, I think for me, right, I'm not crazy anymore, but when I was crazy, like when I actually liked people and stuff like that, this map feature would have been the thing for me. Okay.
Well, this is like a stalker's best dream or whatever. Like, what? I don't even gotta work. All I gotta do is slide to my DMs, and I know where my girl at. My girl that's really not my girl. I just think like what we see every day, we wake up to a new mass shooting, to domestic violence cases, to so many things that are wrong, and you think that you're like serving it on a platter for these weirdos.
Yeah,
Are you okay?
I need to understand the thought process. Like to your first point when you said like no one asked for this, because who asked for this, right? And like I was saying, like when I was crazy, when I used to be talking to my little bookie in middle school, high school, that's when Instagram had the feature where you could see what people were doing, like when they were following, like whoever you were following, and that already had people in trouble. And I had a lot of people like, why are you liking this girl's DMs, like, well, photos, and you told me you was going to sleep, like what is you doing, you know? And I just feel like, to your point, like I feel like it's funny, yes, and you can make all the jokes and stuff like that, but then also there's a serious aspect how this could backfire very quickly. Like we see domestic violence cases every single day. We see all these different things that are happening, and having people's locations so easily accessible is definitely something that's going to be dangerous.
Yeah, and I think their whole thing of probably like why they thought it was cute, because yes, let's say like I'm traveling and I want to know, oh, what's the hottest spot to eat at, right? Like I think you should just keep it to when people themselves are like, when you post an Instagram photo and you can put the location of the restaurant, then that's like okay. But I feel like if every time I open the app, you automatically telling my friends where I'm at, that's giving weirdo.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Instagram, get rid of it. It's not cute, no bueno. I'm not for it. I think the feature, like I said, when I was crazy, oh, I would have loved that. Now I'm a little more manageable in my craziness. Yeah, keep it away from me, please. I already got the people's locations I need. I don't need to see all these other irrelevant people. Okay. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the BET suspends the Soul Train and Hip Hop Awards. Okay. So BET has suspended the Soul Train Awards and the BET Hip Hop Awards indefinitely as the network reevaluates how these shows fit into the evolving media landscape, right? So BET CEO Scott Mills confirmed that they are not canceled, but they are being reimagined potentially for streaming or alternative platforms. The NAACP Image Awards and the Stellar Awards remain active, as does the original BET Awards, which were recently marked its 25th anniversary. Additionally, BET is launching a revamped version of its classic show as 106 and Sports in partnership with Spring Hill Entertainment, debuting the fall within a weekly format that blends music culture with sports, right? So when I saw that the Soul Train Awards and like the BET Hip Hop Awards were like, right now they're suspended and everything like that, the first thing that came to my head was like, do people still watch this stuff? Or
If you're very into music and stuff, you definitely do. Although most people don't have cable, so that's another thing. But when I saw this, I more so am thinking of like how the landscape of television as a whole is just evolving, right? Because we learned today too how like the Hulu app is going to be gone. Like Disney Plus is going to like merge that into, like Disney Plus is going to include Hulu, right? Also, the ESPN just bought like NFL networks or something like that. Just so like every day it's a new type of merger, and this company is joining this company, or this company is dropping this company. It's crazy, right? Like even for NBC Universal, right? Like they branched off and are creating Versant, and it's so many things are changing. And I'm just like, at what point do we just go back to cable? Because the whole reason of cable, or like people were like, you know what, I'm not gonna have cable because it's just more affordable to have streaming services. But now people cannot be paying $20, $30 for just one service. Like it's actually ridiculous. And I think, for instance, for Peacock, I know they were super geeked that people were so obsessed with Love Island because it definitely brought a lot of more subscribers, which I'm pretty sure that those people are about to cancel their free trial or their memberships, because it's just like, realistically speaking, it's getting to a point where you can't even keep up with new platforms every single day. Like you just can't. And then you have people like Netflix that are like, oh, well, not only Netflix, I think other subscription services are doing it as well, but like, oh, they're trying to make it so you can't share passwords. And I think like you're only ruining it for yourself. I think so, because go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I think like to your point too, it's just like there's always something additional. Like so if it's promoted to you as this much, I think like at one point Netflix used to be like $5.99 or $9.99 or something like that.
Yeah.
And now like every different year, like they're like, oh well, there's an increase in this, there's an increase in that. And then you got like all these other, and we have to remember the main reason why streaming became so popular was to get away from like the typical way of television, and in terms of like commercials or waiting and stuff like that. And now it's just like, it's still like y'all are just doing that just in streaming format. Like if I don't want any commercials for Hulu, I need to pay this much money more so I don't get commercials. It's like, so why didn't I just keep my cable, you know?
Yeah, because it's getting to a point where it's like, well, I might as well pay the 130 for cable, because it's just very much giving you lost your purpose, or the whole reason why you popped off in the first place. And I think, unfortunately, it's going to get to a point that all these streaming services are going to start going on a decline, because then it's like, oh, you have the first tier, the second tier, the third, the fourth, the fifth. Well, with the first tier, you get one commercial. With this one, you get 3. With this one, you get 5. Like, sir, I signed up and it was no commercials. So what you talking about?
Yeah, and I also think too, like in terms of like the Soul Train Awards and the BET Hip Hop Awards, I feel like also there's no point in even watching it on TV, especially when you have all these Twitch streamers coming to these things and they just on Twitch streaming the whole thing. So it's just like,
well, that actually helped them, because to the point of that you were saying, it was just like this recent one was when Kai and Drewski went. And actually, if it weren't for them, I wouldn't have even known that it was happening, because I feel like the marketing for it wasn't good enough, or at least it wasn't in my circle. So I wouldn't know that it was happening unless these people were streaming it, because that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the future. That's what's happening. That's what's popping right now. And Twitch is where it's at.
yeah, I get that point, but what I'm basically trying to get at is just like, if I could watch it on Twitch and everything like that, it's like the point of all these award shows is like this was supposed to be like the elite of the elite. Like it, like if you could see it, you could see it. If you couldn't see it, you couldn't see it. If everybody could just watch it on Twitch, like why are you even like worried about putting it on TV or anything like that? Like I just feel like it's too easily accessible now.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is that this was never a thing. Like, this is the first year that they ever allowed that, and it was probably to help because the views were so low, because they kept it like exclusive, like you're saying. It was only on TV, never
So
be on Twitch.
I do have a question for you, right? So in terms of like these award shows, I'll make it quick, right? I feel like people just don't watch award shows anymore. Like if I do watch an award show, it's from what I see on the Shade Room or something like that. So like, do you think they should just get rid of award shows as a whole? Because I don't see like the point of it, honestly.
I mean, I'm indifferent about it. I feel like I don't have cable, so I don't watch it. I just see the clips on social media. But I think, there is an essence to it. It could be just be like the nostalgia in it. Like, when I was younger, oh, like the award shows for this or that. I feel like it kind of has just lost its essence. And when the people that would win, you're like, how did this movie win? I ain't nobody talking about it. Or like this artist is artist of the year, but I ain't never heard a song. It's kind of like, who voting on this? So I don't really care, to be honest.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but I just think like honestly, if you gonna get rid of like these two, just get rid of it all. Like if you already losing like your viewership, might as well like just find a way to revamp without all the extras, okay?
Well, BET not running audio award shows. They controlling theirs, and that's it.
Right. So the next thing we're going to talk about is Nick Cannon. Okay. So in a recent interview with Extra, Nick Cannon opened up about fatherhood and his hopes for his daughter's futures. While promoting his late night show, Nick Cannon at Night, he discussed how becoming a father, especially to five daughters, has changed his perspective on relationships. Nick admitted that he doesn't want his daughters to date men like him, hoping they learn from his past mistakes. The show aims to be an interactive space discussing love, sex, relationships, and will blend Nick's personal insights with advice from professionals. Nick, just to remind y'all, has 12 kids with six different women and emphasized the importance of honesty and growth as a parent. So I just wanted to play the clip really quickly for y'all.
And you open up and you say that you used to be a player. What changed for you? What is it now? Is it age? Is it just experience?
I think it's a little bit of all of that, but definitely fatherhood more than anything. I mean, when you have five daughters and you're like, all right, I at least want to be able to be true and honest, but like I can't live the same life that I've always been living and, attempt to, right my wrongs in that sense of where like hopefully my daughters learn from my mistakes and not date people like their dad.
Right. So when I saw this, right, the reason why I wanted to talk about it is I just think it's very entertaining to me when I do see like, and goes for men and women who do all this stuff and say like, oh, like at the time they're like, I'm living my life. Nobody should be worried about me, this, that, and third. And then at one point they're like, I just want people to learn from my mistakes. At what point did you realize it was a mistake? Because when everybody was saying stuff to you, it was, I want to live my life. I want to be this. I want to be that. But then now all of a sudden it's a mistake. Like I don't help me pose this question or answer it for me because I just don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's like, I guess better late than never. 12 kids after you had a revelation. I mean, I guess better late than never. I mean, I can't. The first step to healing is accepting that you got a problem, right? Or to recovery. So I guess I can't knock somebody for finally realizing that, hey, I do have a problem. So
Yes, but I just like feel like when I was like listening it to it and everything like that, like the way that he was talking, and like he's just like, I've oh, excuse me, he's like, I've always been transparent, I've always done this, I've always done that. But then like at the same time you would like, I remember at one point you were telling people like, yeah, like having kids, like this and that, the third, this is important. What mistakes are you referring to then? Because it can't be the kids.
right, but also it's like, I think it's also important to realize that he didn't make these kids by himself. Like by the time we got to the fifth, sixth, you already knew that this man had six other kids, right? Like he's a public figure. Any women are women at the end of the day. We all do our research when we start dating a man. So it's like these women felt comfortable with having a baby with this person. So it's like we can't just put all the blame on him. The woman also, you know what I mean? Like they were okay with that. And so if he now has a revelation and okay, Buki, we'll see.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I just think for me, I just hate when sometimes people say like, oh, like when I was younger, I made these mistakes or like, and like they're referring to like the way they came into parenthood. But I'm just like, no, having a child isn't a mistake. That's a choice. Like y'all actively made that choice. And like the blame goes to both people if y'all feel like at any point like this wasn't the right time or anything like that. But like having kids is a choice. So claim it as like, oh, well, like the way I got into parenthood was this mistake. No, you did what you did.
But
Rock with it.
I don't know if he's specifically talking about like mistakes in terms of kids, or he's talking about like being a hoe and he know he was a hoe.
Yes, but the thing is, when he was in that hoe stage, he wasn't claiming it as mistakes. He was claiming it as like, you got to live life and do this, be this, do that. And now, oh, I learned from my mistakes. At what point did the epiphany hit that this was like not the lifestyle I need to be going down? I don't know. Maybe I'm just not very sympathetic.
I think that's very right.
Yes. So the next thing we're going to talk about is our girl Raven Simone. We talked about Hannah Montana last week. We also got to talk about Disney royalty Raven Simone, but we're not talking about in terms of Disney. We talk about in terms of her life. So Raven Simone recently shared a surprising story about a past relationship during an appearance on Sirius XM's Jeff Lewis Live. Raven revealed that while she was dating a man, he got another woman pregnant and then asked Raven to be the child's godmother, y'all. Though she didn't name the ex, Raven said that they're still on good terms and remain in contact. And she added that there's no bad blood and even joked about the situation. So I'm going to play quickly what she had said in the interview.
I wanted to ask you about your past relationships because you had said, I believe, that you were in a relationship for 7 years, Raven.
I was.
With a man.
Yes.
And he stepped outside of the relationship. Is that correct?
That's a nice way to put it. Yes.
And he got another woman pregnant.
Yes. We were together for a really long time. And he got another girl pregnant. And the best part of it was he asked me to be the godmother of the kid.
No.
That wild.
And we're still in communication now. He's been through a lot. So there's, nothing but love and respect for all that he's gone through in his family. But he still talks about it all the time.
Shayla, imagine that. Like your ex has he was your man at the current moment or whatever. And then he got another girl pregnant. They say, I really love the relationship that you and I had, and you're such a great person. I would love for you to be the godmother of my child.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mean. Absolutely not, honey. Are you insane? I don't care how the fact that you not only cheated on me, right? Like that's level 1. Then we get to level 2. You got another girl pregnant. And then we hit level 3. You want me to be the godmother? Are you okay? I don't care how amicable it ended. Well, clearly it did not end amicably, but absolutely not. God's still working on me. So maybe after he's done working on me, I would react differently. But I feel like he would know not to even approach me on no stuff like that. Like, go ask the person you got pregnant. She could be the mom and the godmother. How about that?
Yeah, like when I saw that, I was just sitting there. I'm like, I couldn't imagine. Like, and like you said, maybe God's still trying to put his fingers on me because I don't think I've reached that level of maturity at all yet. Like, if I ain't crash out on you for the fact that you cheated on me and then you were having a baby with somebody else, if you asked me to be the godmother of the child, I am so sorry. Everything that I was restraining within me would have to snap. Like, be for real. Be so serious.
And the funny thing is when I saw people, of course, you got to go to the comments when you see these clips and they're like, oh, I see why she went gay, which is so funny because it's like, obviously that has nothing to do with it. But, people are people and they always have something to say. And I gagged because I'm like, girl, I see it.
Shoot, when I saw the comments, people was like, now I see why she crossed the street. And I was just dying because I'm like, no, for real. Honestly, she said that they still have a cordial relationship. Again, I don't think I'm there at that level of maturity at all yet. I hope no man who I deal with in the future or who I've dealt with in the past ever thinks I would love Rebecca to be the godmother of my child. Because I don't think I was having this conversation with my cousin. I feel like a lot of times when people pick who they want the godparent to be, they're like, oh, me and this person are close. Like, I would want this person to be the godparent. But like, I don't think people really understand what that really entails. Like, if something happens to you, you want that person to literally take care of your children. Like, as great as that person may be, like, that means like you want them to instill their morals and everything into that child when you pass on or if something happens. If y'all don't connect on the same moral level, like that's who you want raising your child. Like, and I'm not saying Raven don't got good morals or nothing like that. I'm just saying I feel like you think you're small. You gotta think big.
And especially after you cheated on me. Like, girl, be all the way for real. Anyways, you guys, if you made it this far into the video, thank you guys so much for watching and supporting. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you felt like there was a trending topic that we didn't get into and you'd like us to discuss. And yeah, comment. We always give an emoji. So for this week, comment a rose emoji.
Okay, and for me, comment an ice cream emoji because I was thrown for a loop.
Shout out to Colostrum. Bye, you guys. See you next week.